Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Chuds Reviews, where I review something every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And today we're trying something new for the very first time: a music review, an album review um, of Juice World's "Legends Never Die." I have a lot of notes here, so then this is my first music review. I'm not trying to like profit off of or get any views or any hype off of this man's death album, posthumous album. I would like to think of it as like I'm a Juice World fan. I've been a Juice World fan. A lot of people are. And this is kind of like Juice World. This will be my first album review. It's like my first step into reviewing albums and for Juice World. And it's not like I didn't necessarily dislike this album at first run through. I really didn't love it, especially the beginning. I'm gonna go through each song, kind of like give a few details, and then give my overall rating at the end. Thoughts. First off, we have an anxiety intro. It's just like an intro interlude, very uplifting opening, just saying, just believe in yourself, even though people go through shit like depression, anxiety, and there's a lot of that on this. The second song is Conversations, an actual first song. It's kind of got a little bit of annoying repetition in the beginning. I didn't love the singing in it. A really hard beat, though. I do enjoy the beat. Really weird hook. I thought the hook was weird. I'm not going to be able to remember any lyrics while I do this shit because I just have a terrible memory, but um, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I think he says it's just I just didn't love the lyrics to the hook. It's just a mess song. I did like the piano kind of keyboard sounds. They were good though. The next song was Titanic. I didn't really like the song either. It's just about his mind being the Titanic and kind of sinking. I like the premise. It's not really catchy though. It's a very low key kind of song. Um, More like it's Titanic. That's all I remember from the song. Uh, don't really want to listen to it again. Is how I felt about it overall. Next up was Bad Energy. It kind of came off the same flow of Titanic. Um, Kind of feels just sounds zoned out. Parts are really slow. Not it's not as good. And slow parts are not as good as the fast parts. That's what I wrote down here. It's just an average song, just okay. Um, just about releasing bad energy, I guess. I don't know. It's not something I added to the playlist. Righteous was actually a single, which is the fifth song on here. Righteous was a single that's been out for a while. I really like that song. It's hard for me to always put singles with the albums, but this is a part of the album, and I do really love this song. Probably the first banger on the album. It's a really vibey song, best on the album maybe. It's just about being off it and death, and he has some really nice harmony in this. 4 minutes of a really good, not too repetitive, but a really vibey song. Right after that, though, then we got some songs I don't like again. Blood on My Jeans. Very basic, sounds like a freestyle kind of, which a lot of these songs kind of sound like freestyles. But when I can notice it and I don't really like it. I mean, if you like Juice WRLD's freestyle, like you just go watch his 1 hour long freestyle, then you might like this song or the other songs I don't like this. But Blood on My Jeans was not for me. Just not even a really good beat. Very interesting ad libs. He kind of sounded like he was trying to be like Migos in this. It was really weird. Tell Me You Love Me was probably my least favorite song on this, featuring Trippie Redd. Trippie Redd has just fallen off, and it makes every song he's on worse. I used to love his Love Letters, Love Letters 1 and 2, I think. But now Trippie Redd just made the song worse, and Juice WRLD could not carry the song, no matter how hard he tried. It doesn't sound good. It sounds like a freestyle. It's not catchy. Just a messy song. It sounded really messy to me. The next song was Hate the Other Side, featuring or with Marshmello, Kid Laroi, and Polo G. Polo G, if you guys will come to learn, is probably my favorite artist out there right now. Polo G is the GOAT to me. I'll eventually review some of his albums, but Polo G's part on this was flawless. Juice WRLD had a really nice hook. All the features on this are really fire. Even Kid Laroi, which is featured on this whole album, I think twice. It's not too long, even though there's 3 features. It's just good, not great though. I did write that down. It's not like an absolute banger, but I did enjoy it. Get Through It. It was another interlude. Just a sentence. I just wrote it's a sentence. I must be like, hey, you guys can get through this no matter what. Juice WRLD has 4 of those interlude, 4 or 5 of those. It really makes me think, what would this album have been like if it wasn't a posthumous album? It was just a normal album. There's no way it would have been structured like this. Maybe some of these songs would have been throwaways, in my opinion. There's no reason to have 18 full-fledged songs on here when I only liked not even half of them. Anyway, getting through to it. Hate the Other Side. Yeah, I talked about that. Get Through It. Life's a Mess featuring Halsey. This was also a single before Righteous. I actually like the song a lot. Halsey's part is at the very end, it's like the last 20 seconds. And other than that, she kind of sings in with Juice World, and I think they mesh really well together. It's one of those surprising kind of songs. Nice hook. Halsey's short and sweet, and it was a single. Not much about that song. It was just another good, not great song. Flipping over my notes here. We got song number 11, Come and Go, another Marshmello duo collab thing here. Really nice guitar strings. Jesus. It's like a dance EDM song. Sounds like a club song. Very nice. It has the robotic kind of voice like he uses in Bad Energy, but it's used a lot better here and just sounds like a straight up dance EDM song. Next song, I actually start to really like these songs. This is when it gets more vulnerable and deep. I Want It is the next song. I think it's a great song. It's a low tone, mellow. It gives me like an Uzi vibe. It doesn't sound like Uzi, but just the type of song it is about kind of sexual things, but also like just vibing out and sadness. Kind of like the Juice World is at his best when he's talking about sad shit, but it's like a great song. It's like a beady, you can just vibe out song, even though it's sad, relatable shit. And that's what this is. I think his singing skills was on point. Nice harmony, humming in the very vulnerable song. And this is when it kicks into really vulnerable songs. And this is where, at first, I was like, why are people getting sad about this song? Crying. The first, like, 10 songs I did not fuck with, really. Besides the singles that have already came out. But here's where we get into it. I like I Want It. Fighting Demons was okay. I think it's a nice Juice World song. There are, like, 2 songs in here that sound like typical good Juice World songs I wouldn't add to my playlist, but they're good. Fighting Demons is about money and fame. Not just having that doesn't just make you happy even though you have all the money and the fame. His rapping wasn't as good as his singing on this one, I felt like, and yeah, it was just an okay song. Not one I added to my playlist. Wishing Well, I think, is the next song on the thing is number 14. Wishing Well, I think, is the deepest song on the entire album. Maybe, and there's a lot of deep songs, but it's about drug addiction, self-destructiveness, depression, being alone. I really respect this song. I think he talks about, the pills that he's addicted to keep him feel like to him it feels like they keep him alive, but they're also killing him, like actually killing him, which really sucks. He felt like he was stuck in that pretty much, in that cycle. Yeah. Anyway, I didn't think it was too catchy though. Wishing Well wasn't too catchy, but it flows really good. And the next song, number 15, was Screw Juice. I didn't love this song. I feel like it was a better version of Bad Energy, but it was still just kind of above average. It felt like a freestyle again. I don't know. I just didn't like it that much. I guess if you like the more freestyle stuff, you would like this one. I did like it, but just it's not one of the best songs. It's uplifting, in some senses, and not as vibey, more like serious. Number 16 though, Up Up and Away, probably my second favorite song on the entire album. Best vibe song next to my other favorite one. Nice low tone again. He's harmonizing, singing very well. Guitar and drums are really present in this. Lovely beat. Nice singing and rapping, having a lot of problems. That's what Up and Away about is another kind of deep song, but I really couldn't tell it because it's just such a vibey good song, and I respect you so much for that. One of my favorite songs by him right now. Then we got another interlude, The Man, the Myth, the Legend. It's really just podcast and people out in the world and legends like Eminem being really impressed with his rapping skills, his freestyles, and his potential that was just limitless. He was already making hits out of nothing, like just on his own, and it was just a lot of people being impressed with him for about 2 minutes. Getting towards the end of the album here, which I think it really gets good. He wraps up nicely here. Number 18 is Stay High, probably my favorite song on the album because I'm a little biased. I like my staying high, but it's not really about marijuana that much or even getting that high. I mean, it is, but it's just about being high on a lot of things, life, being above things, but also feeling down. It has a nice beat, drums are good, it's really fast paced. Solid rapping and singing, one of the songs that he does really well on both. It's about drugs. Wish the song was longer, even though it was almost 3 to 4 minutes long. I think it was almost 3 minutes. It was 2 minutes 49. Just a good song. One of my favorites. Stay High. Number 19 is Can't Die. This was another typical Juice World banger, in my opinion. It was a good Juice World song, but it's just a Juice World song. It's sad and vibey. Not too memorable. Some of these songs aren't too memorable. I don't think anything here is his best work, but nothing here is terrible. You know what I'm saying? But definitely his other stuff, Goodbye and Get Her In, this was better, in my opinion. Can't Die Again is not too memorable. It's very vulnerable about drugs addiction and death and getting big in the world and thinking you can't die or just you'll be fine the more drugs you take. Just another deep song. The album kind of wraps up with another song here, Man of the Year. It's kind of just a rock song. It reminds me of a 90s punk rock song. It's a banger. I love it. It makes me remember when I was at middle school listening to rock music still. It's very fast paced, uplifting, kind of like about coming together, Man of the Year. Um, he says in that he knows his lyrics saved you, saved people. That's really great to hear. And then it really ends with something that's cool. It says Juice World speaks from heaven, and it's just like a sentence or two of him thanking his fans on Instagram Live, saying, "Hey, it's Juice World from heaven." He must have just predicted his death, like a lot of people have seen on the internet, which is so sad. This guy does have limitless potential, and overall, I added 8 out of the 18 songs, not including the interludes, to my playlist. Take that how you will. I think I will rate this album an 8 out of 10. It's not the greatest thing ever, but it is solid. They didn't disrespect him, and it's a really good send off for a lot of the fans. If you like Juice WRLD, you're gonna love this album. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys thought of my album review, and maybe recommend some albums down below. I'll do some old ones. I won't always do ones that just came out. I took all weekend to listen to this album and write down some notes. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.